So after the extractions, I got to the analysis part of what I was requested to do. So I was given 3 cell phone numbers, and the request was to determine whether there was, on these 2 devices, any contact between, let's take for instance the S20 device and any of the numbers that was provided. And on the other side, I had the A12 device, and the request was there communication with any of the cell phone numbers from this A12 device?
You were given how many? 2 or 3?
I was given 3 numbers, 3. Mr. Chair, yes.
You can continue.
Mr. Chair, just for my own sanity and to explain, so I link a number to a specific individual, as that was how it was given to me. But what we need to remember is, when I say, and I'm just taking an example, when I say there was communication between the A12 device and a specific number, I'm not saying the victim was sending the message. I'm just saying the message was found on this device and there was communication with another cell phone number. So the ownership or the person sitting behind that specific phone typing the message, or on the other side receiving and reading the message, I can't testify or come and clarify anything related to that, saying it was person X or person Y. I'm just saying between a cell phone number and a device, there was certain communication or contacting. So the first...
but yes, we understand that. I mean, a child could have picked up the cell phone and used it and so forth. So that we understand. But for the purpose of... We must reach a point in these proceedings where we must say, JX blah, 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 you were told was so-and-so's cell phone. Are you going to get to that point?
That's
because we can't continue to be theoretical.
Mr. Chair, that is what I'm getting to now. Is okay. I want to present the numbers, but just to explain that that is how I received it.
Yes.
So the first cell phone number that was given to me was a cell phone number 083 229 5902. And it was indicated that that's the number for a Judge Mbenenge. Then I was also provided with two more cell phone numbers, 079 3014 270 and 071 978 2696. And the information given to me is that those two numbers belong to Ms. Mengu. So first of all, Mr. Chair, on the Samsung S20 device, when I worked with that device, I was searching for the different cell phone numbers, and I was able to determine that the cell phone number 079 3014 270 was saved on the A20 device.
On the A20, whose device is that?
The S20, sorry, Mr. Chair, the S20 device, and that is the device that was marked as Judge Selby Mbenenge's device.
Thank you.
So I don't know if my screen is still active, but I've opened the annexure to my report, which shows the contact information that was found on the device itself, and we can see the name Andy Mengo with the cell phone number +27 79301 4270 was saved. Sorry, there we go. So again, the contact, the name Andy Mengo, and that was saved as +27 79301 4270. So, Chair, what we can see from this information is that there was several entries found.
Sorry, Ms. Pretorius, are we able to?
It's on page 609.
We are with you on the page.
Mr. Chair, so what we can see is that this number was saved by the device on different accounts. So we can also see that there was a WhatsApp account that was saved or linked to this number that was found on the device, the S20 device for Judge Mbenenge. If I continue and dealing with the analysis of the Samsung A12 device belonging to Ms. Mengu, again, I did the same search for the cell phone numbers that was provided to me. And I just...
Sorry, if I may ask, the 820, is it the one ending 270, the number?
The S20.
The
S20, the cell phone number linked to that device is the number ending 5902. But on the phone book, one of the contacts was saved for that number ending 4270, found on the S20 device.
No, but the 720 is it 812?
No. So, okay. Mr. Chair, what I did find on the 812 device, the two numbers that was provided to me as the numbers belonging to Ms. Mengu, those two numbers, or let me rather say, the WhatsApp account that was active on the device when I examined it, the cell phone number for that WhatsApp account was 27615 255 395. And that's not one of the two numbers that was provided to me as belonging to Ms. Mengu. So I can't explain, the only thing that I can explain is that the WhatsApp account is linked to this number ending 5395. More than that, I cannot say about the numbers because it was only provided to me.
Chair, can I please, with your permission, ask that the witness repeat the WhatsApp number? I missed the numbers.
The WhatsApp number linked to the A12, the cell phone number for that is 27615 255 395.
Thank you, Chair.
It's linked to the A12.
That's correct, Mr. Chair. So, just to explain again to the panel, so when I'm having a device, as long as I've got access to a specific cell phone number, meaning I'm having the SIM card for that cell phone number, I can register the WhatsApp account on my device. So I'm using number 1, SIM card. The cell phone number for that is 1. Now I'm registering my WhatsApp account on a device. So what I as the user can do is I can remove this SIM card with cell phone number 1 and I can put in another SIM card which is a number 10. but my WhatsApp account will still be active on the first cell phone number, which is 1. So we get it quite a lot that, especially in the criminal world, that the criminals will use a cell phone, register WhatsApp, then they'll take out the SIM card and throw it away. And what they'll do is they connect the smartphone to free Wi-Fi, and then they can send and receive messages on WhatsApp without even a SIM card being inserted in the device. The only thing is they had to have access to that SIM card or the cell phone number at some stage to activate the account. Because when you activate WhatsApp, WhatsApp sends a code to your device, and you have to put the code into the application before it gets activated. So after the activation, I can remove my SIM card and I can put any SIM card in there. And that's what I'm thinking that was happening here, is that the user or the owner for this device had the SIM card, the WhatsApp account was activated, the SIM card was removed, and then the other 2 cell phone numbers were started to be used in that device.
Just for clarity then, if I then have the second SIM card that you say, the last one that was now inserted in that phone, and I have that number saved on my device, and I send a WhatsApp to this person, will that person then receive it?
Yes, so it doesn't matter what SIM card is inside the device, you will still receive the messages on the cell phone number or the WhatsApp account number for the first cell phone number to which the account was registered. You also, is it correct that you also have smartphones that has dual SIMs? That is correct, yes. So you can, on a dual SIM phone, you can have 2 SIM cards inserted in the device. And when you start to communicate, you can decide, especially for outgoing messages, you can decide, I want to make use of SIM card 1, and I make my call. But for the same, I can receive calls and messages on both cell phone numbers, SIM card 1 and SIM card 2. My device will recognize those, and it will capture the messages.
These 2 cell phones that you had, the S20 and the A12, were any of them dual SIM cell phones?
I can't remember. Sorry. I'll have to go into the technical report to just confirm that, but I can't remember now out of my head.
May I just ask, so in other words, it doesn't matter what the SIM is on the, say, the A12 or the S20, it doesn't matter which number, the message coming in will come to it in any event. It doesn't matter whether it's a 61 number or the other number.
That's correct. So
it will be stored on the device in any event.
As long as that, if we look at WhatsApp messages, as long as the number to which the message was sent, the WhatsApp account is active on that device, it will save or receive that message and save it on the device. It doesn't relate to the 2 SIM cards.
To the numbers.
Yes.
Thank you.